today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. This is the National Football League.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Dolphins ready to go to work on offense, led by their second-year quarterback out of Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Absolutely no one's surprised. The Dolphins did invest a high first-round pick, number 5 overall, to draft Tua in 2020. I think that most people would say that his rookie year had plenty of positives, but it was sprinkled with a few negatives as well. Remember, he controversially took over for in the open week prior to week 8. Miami did go 6-3 in his starts from that time, but he had to get rescued a few times in games by Fitzmagic. And in his own words, he called his rookie year below average. I don't think the franchise believes that, but they're looking forward to seeing him improve.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. On the hand. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Here's Tua. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Dolphins' new punter for 2021, Michael Palardy, on to punt. Back deep, Chester Rogers. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And the former Miami Dolphin had a career renaissance in 2019 with Tennessee and carried it over into 2020. A career-high 32 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, and those were the fewest he'd thrown in a full season. And speaking of full seasons, he played all 16 games for the first time since 2015. He's got to be excited about 2021.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Tannehill. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Here's McNichols. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going to the passing game, that should open up his running game too. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. Here's Bullock now for the Titan field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Bullock's kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Here's Gaskin. Oh, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And that might be Titan football. It is.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Escaping the pressure right. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. To throw is Tannehill, buying time to his left. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And it's a Titans touchdown. Chester Rogers, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Gaskin again on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return, it's Rodgers. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now it's McNichols. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Second down and goal. Tannehill finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes our score 17-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
This is Gaskin on the carry, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdowns. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Bullet good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Tua, a final shot before half. He's airing it out for Williams. And his throw is incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-shot. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is McNichols. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Open man, Westbrook-Akine. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually. Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the gun, pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On the run, it's McNichols. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Tannehill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Another run with Gaskin. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go McNichols to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they try the right side here. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. He's got a man. It's Ferguson, the tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Tannehill throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Bullock to add the extra point. Bullock will play after the touchdown. Throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it.
10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's 2nd and 5, 22. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
To the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped